Of course, Jack's 1 versus 1 into the Xin Zhao. Very, very good counter, and I suppose Xin Zhao probably beats out Gwen in the 1v1 for a fair. He's already here.
Tangyuan running down here. Already used a Proc and Spirit Rush to go over the wall. Flash with the charm. Not enough, though. As it's first blood for Tangyuan and RNG. However, Junhao on the way. Tangyuan spot on a ward. There comes the wind, becomes lightning. I think Tangyuan knows he's dead there as Junhao will make it a 1-for-1.
Yeah, that's very easy.
Really nice buffer. Meanwhile, Jiaxu already proccing that needlework. The equalizer going to come out, but looks like Zhang is exhausted, which means that ultimate does not do any sort of damage. So Jiaxu.
And the rest of RNG are on their way.
Yeah, they're here. Niket going to land that pulve onto Junhao. Teleport comes in as well as Tangyuan looks to join the fight. Spirit rushes over the minion wave and lands a really nice charm onto Junhao. The bullet time doesn't do enough as RNG are going to pick.
And RNG should get this tower on the bottom side. You can see in the mid lane, however, there is a bit of a congregation from Ultra Prime trying to chunk out this mid-tier while everyone's hit.
They're maybe hunting a little bit though. Jiaxu looking for potentially a flank here as Jiaxu already getting very low, has to use the Magnet Storm early on, and now Milky Wave's arrived, not in time to get the objective, but in time to pick up a kill as Jiaxu gets the first one for RNG. Niket very, very low as looks like Saber is going to be able to shut him down, making it a 1-for-1. Charm does connect onto Junhao as soon as that Crescent Guard expires and forces Xin Zhao to flash away, but Zhang still doing a lot of damage.
Getting connected on by that charm as Ultra Prime on the back of that plate. The spike setup looks pretty good for Ultra Prime as they begun to kind of suffocate RNG out this side of the map. RNG still do have a total gold lead, and he is holding a little bit of credence when you take a look at the inventory.
Exhaust on your Gwen. But it looks like instead a reset is in order for RNG. They're going to try to use this timer to allow Jiaxu to pick up this top lane tier 1 turret. Saber not going to be able to do much to stop it. So just getting more gold into the carries for RNG. Bursts down pretty easily if Ultra Prime find him as a target. So instead they're going to peel off. And that means, though, that Junhao can make his way right back onto it with the Audacious Charge. Milky Way is still very low. So might be a one-way trip if he decides to go in for a steal or a flip of this objective. The Otacon still getting burned down, but now it's Ultra Prime who control it. The cat dashes in, lands a 2-man pull. Here comes Milky Way. Will he find the steal? No, it's secured here by Wako, and that means that Ultra Prime will have the false lives, but can they get away with any more blood being shed? Jiaxu gets a bunch of these resets, but all Ultra Prime will do is head back to base after just a couple of seconds, and Junhao is going to try to take one with him.
That makes sense. Xiaoshu also, he's getting this tower no matter what. So,
right, but now we get neither of it. We don't get Tangyuan. We also lose the tower. Now Xiaoshu could get collapsed upon by Jiaxu, but the rest of RNG are potentially here. It's actually Xiaoshu going forward onto Saber. Might not have been the smartest play, as here come the reinforcements for Ultra Prime. The needlework helping Jiaxu heal up so much, but finally, Wako will
go over to Ultra Prime, so they're one away from Soul now. But unfortunately, we are in a 10-kill game, 30 minutes in. Prime versus RNG.
Man, now I feel like we've lied to the viewers, Jamada. Remember in the pre-show we were like, this is going to be awesome. These guys are chaotic, they don't care.
Okay. Look, viewers at home, hear me out. In 3 of their best of ones, one was really sleeper, and then the other 2 were really boring. Tangyuan should be fine.
Oh wow, looks like they really want to commit for this play. The bullet time really doesn't find anything, and Jiaxu in a really bad spot. So is Xiaoshu though, as he gets taunted up and taken down by Wako. A max range charm does hit Junhao. Niket flashing forward to try to stun up the Xin Zhao. Finally, popping that Crescent Guard. This is the fight that we were looking for, Jamada. The 4th shot, barely unable to take Junhao down. And so far, it is just that.
Yeah, Ultra Prime might be a little bit slow. They can certainly look for a fight off the fact. This Baron is going down a little bit slower than they'd probably like though.
Yeah, no jungler though. Looks like instead they're going to try to peel for the fight. Magnet Storm hits 3. Equalizer doing a ton. Junhao knocks away everybody with the Crescent Guard except for Niket, who now they're going to try to focus down. Needlework comes out. The bullet time will finish off the cow, and the Baron was never fully reset. So that means that Ultra Prime can go right back to it. It's at 7,000 HP. Milky Way has the flash, has the smite. Curtain call coming out. Remember, there's no ultimate on Junhao, but he does have the Guardian Angel. Tangyuan lands into the charm. 4th shot, knock.
Everyone's in the area. There's a lot of elements that have come back up.
Start boiling over soon. This game 1 between Ultra Prime and RNG. Already back to the Baron. Milky Way low once again, which could be a pretty bad spot here for RNG. Xiaoshu is on a nice flank though. Does have the ultimate available, but will get spotted out by Zhang. And is forced back away. Now Ultra Prime have the move. They can start this objective up with the HP advantage on their jungler. Milky Way forced to just clear out this Gromp, get a little bit of extra HP back. And now it's going to get spotted out potentially by Xiaosha, who
pick
is
Xiaosha
now
off.
in a bad position. Gets stunned up by the counter-strike. Oh no! Some anti-synergy as Niket headbutts him away. Now RNG are separated and Niket will once again fall. Ultra Prime with another 1 for 0, at least just for now. Curtain call going to get opened up. Milky Way dashing forward, but he just doesn't do enough damage. Xiaosha will live. The 4-shot goes wide, and Ultra Prime in prime position here in game 1. The bullet time doesn't find anything, as now Jachi has the chance to pop off. Tonggyuan flashes over the wall. They find 2 kills for RNG. The health bars are so low as Junhao will revive from the Guardian Angel, as him and Saber will...
How quickly can they get through this? That's the question. And can Saber get any vision? Can anyone get any vision in? Because if Junhao sees this happening, he will win. He's going to turn around. He doesn't want to risk his life.
Yeah.
Given that
you would have had smite advantage, but would not have had the number.
Pings are there, but like Tonggyuan, he's got to teleport over. Yeah,
they're going to spot at Milky Way now. I think if you're Ultra Prime, you just burst this down to 2,000. Can Milky Way, he jumps over the wall. Gonna be a flip, but it's secured by Junhao. But here comes the fight in earnest. Charm lands onto just the rumble here. There's a 4-man pull from Niket. Will it be enough? There's not enough follow-up just yet. Tonggyuan's forced to go golden, but here comes Xiaoshu with the needlework already bursting down Ultra Prime. Saber forced to go golden. RNG going to win the team fight, but the Baron goes over to UP.
Completely swung. 1.5k in the negative, so it's technically a 3k cold swing. As hello, Junhao.
Ooh, he flashes over the pulverize, trying to get down Jachi. That's an 800 goal shutdown over to Junhao. Now going for Niket. Looking for a second kill. He's going 1v3 at this point. He dashes forward and picks it up. Junhao on the Xin Zhao Howdy. It's like one of those TikToks where everything just goes exactly as to plan. And that's what we saw from Junhao there on that play. It was pretty ridiculous. Honestly, pretty game-defining so far, as Ultra Prime now with that Baron can still try to go for a push onto the tier 2. Niket has the Unbreakable Will, so will take up a lot of damage. His Equalizer already has been thrown out here by Zhang, and that means that RNG can go for the re-engage. Xiaoshu already using that first proc of needlework, looking for another one as Xiaoshu gets bursted down. Niket with another huge knockup, but he will get taken down in response. Wako is low. He will die as Milky Way grabs the kill, and RNG now have the numbers advantage and are looking to chase down Ultra Prime. The 4th shot will take down Zhang, and it'll be an absolute wipe for Royal. Never give up. Saber will fall. It is Xiaoshu who picks up the kill, and that is an ace for RNG.
I think that's the game. We're going to take this first game after what was a small bit of game of catch being played whilst that Baron was up. I don't think anyone was really feeling like, oh, this game's done. Unless Xiaoshu.
It's 20 seconds on Wako respawning. Milky Way is getting bursted down a little bit. He has to pop. I think there's a Zanya's at this point. Yeah, there's the ace. There's the Nexus. Aren't you going to take a weird, wacky game number 1 win?
Huh. Okay, RNG Ultra Prime, I see you.
That's where Ultra Prime likes to play their competition out.
And if RNG's game 1 is anything to go by, they're not in any coordinated frame of mind right now.
Instead, just knowing that the Mbessa has priority, as right now Tonggyuan also has the wave in a good spot.
Knows about this. It's not the ward.
He could actually just jump right over using that safeguard.
He's gonna do exactly that.
Okay, he's at 1,000. Jump it over, he steals it away. Milky Way wasn't prepared, and now he's gonna pay for it potentially with his life. Shockwave gonna try to buy some time, but Junhao flashes forward. That's first blood and first strike for UP.
Wow. Just very unfortunate for Milky Way that there was a ward in the Dragon Pit that still had vision of the dragon as well, to make things worse. So he's gonna die. Waco. Flash will go dead. Excellent.
I was taking a sip of
Jachi.
water. I was.
But there's still time. There's certainly still time.
I think we realized that's gonna be the real Nico. As Chain of Corruption comes in, and there's the Nautilus.
Many items in the game. At the risk of seeming stupid, the item, you see the red like thing behind what is a dagger.
Yeah.
See, for the longest time, I thought that was, you know how it gives you a shield?
Be slow. Okay,
Just
got it.
Be slow.
Hey, we got players on opposite sides of the map right now. Saber in a lot of trouble as they can't able to pick up that kill. The tower's really heated up though. One more.
I mean, look, Saber's brought out some very fun champs throughout. The split two so far. The Zed, the Yasuo, being the two that will probably be on the edge of everyone's mind. Okay.
Not much too much of that yet. Wow. Head popping that pop blossom early as now here King Kumba collapsed. Jong with the unstoppable onslaught will pick up that third kill here for Ultra Prime. Milky Way has to dash away. Junhao with the kick back off the ward hop. It will be matched up here by the public execution. Junhao combined with the shockwave of Tong Yuan, who has arrived to the fight, and somehow Milky Way is still alive. Nobody can kill the Viego as now it's just two tanks trying to wail away at RNG.
The opposite end, Ultra Prime. Saber should pick up this tower. So Xiaoshu might have something to say about it. Yeah, should die to the grubs, get that little bit of local gold in. That feels good at the very least to try and make something of what should have been a very positive play. Like, Niket kind of whiffed on that eco on the big time. Oh, hello, that's the real one.
Yeah, hitting Niket again. Xiaoshu with a really nicely timed dredge line, and Junhao is able to pick up that kill right as that dragon is up and available. Looks like instead mid lane is going to be a prio as well. So Ultra Prime getting a couple of big picks, and it's allowing them to get 2 towers here as well, just 17 minutes into this game.
Yeah, seems like Xiaoshu should answer out up here on the top side, so at least something for RNG, but Jog, very short range. But then it's all about this kick, right? Watch this Warthog kick. Angle's not great, so
Looks like Ultra Prime are going to start up this Otacon, and not really much space for RNG to try and test it. I hope this one is just down.
Yeah, they're just letting this one go. Oh,
and that's really going to get matched here by the Choo-Choo train. Jong runs down. Okay, Tong Yuan not able to pick up that steal. Realm Warp did come out but not utilized. Can Ultra Prime get all of these roses? Looks like no. And so RNG now could go for a potential collapse. Niket and Milky Way are here. Pop Blossom will connect only onto Saber. They're going to try to burst this rise down, and Xiaoshu will not be able to. Niket's the first to go down. Decimating Smash only lands onto one. Junhao dashes forward, but then it safeguards right back as Dredge Line will go wide. Looks like now battle lines have been drawn. Milky Way trying to pick up a couple more of those rose petals. Jachi gets hit up here by the... A little bit better for sure. And now looks like it's going to be Jong starting up the engage. Niket is down before he can even do anything in this fight. Already a 1-for-0 as now Ultra Prime can start up this Infernal Dragon again. Would be sold for them. That is a huge advantage against the squishy team composition of RNG. To try to fight this 45 because they have to. Here comes Xiaoshu, Hex flashing over, landing the dredge line on a Tong Yuan. Decimating Smash comes through. That should be the fight and potentially more. Xiaoshu going forward. He's trying to soak up some damage, but it's not nearly enough. And they kick Milky Way right back in. It's Junhao making the play, and only Jachi's alive as to run back to his base.
Goodness me, RNG. That should be pretty much the final nail in the coffin, and we should be going to game 3. Gold difference might be 3,000, but I feel like at this point the ease of execution for Ultra Prime, the Infernal Soul with the icon on top of it, this should just push Ultra Prime into a position where it's very difficult to lose this game.
And that gold lead just got a little here for Ultra Prime. Obviously, RNG need to just find that 1 kill to get a reset for Milky Way and set up a fight for the team, but nobody's really in a good position to do so. Tong Yuan has to use that shockwave defensively. They're going to try to collapse onto Junhao. 3 members onto him, but already Niket has fallen on the backside. Finally, it will be the jungler for Ultra Prime down, and the first reset here for Milky Way. But he gets hit up by the Chain of Corruption before he can do a damn thing in this team fight, and so already Ultra Prime still taking control. Jachi picks up 1. He flashes away to try to escape from the rest of UP.
You see though, they are very interested in starting it up. Off they go again. I mean, Sion can just control so much space with how big his health bar is.
They healed up again. Dredge line just going a little bit wide. Double onslaught does not connect, but the Chain of Corruption will. A huge ultimate from Niket, but there's no follow-up here for RNG. Kick goes and sends the big carry Jachi right into the heart of Ultra Prime, and it's 3-0 in favor of them as they go right back to the Baron. Jong soaking up a ton of damage, will not go down easily as Xiaoshu will Hex Flash over the wall as well. They try to play this out 2v5. That is not good odds, but maybe Milky Way likes them. He picks up 1. Public execution over, but Milky Way will get shut down. Xiaoshu picks up 1 on Owako, but it will be the ace secured for Ultra Prime.
It's a 5-for-2 for Ultra Prime. They're going to go on to secure this Baron as well. Excellently played team fight despite no one's going to be down here. What about this mid lane tower, guys? Tier 2's gone.
Still Baron.
Being very, very patient.
Yeah, Baron buff still on 3 members, and Zhang just going straight in to try to force another fight. OPLoLReplay comes out, but the Ken is just way too weak at this point. He's down to the 8th time this game. Milky Way dashes forward, trying to find something, and finally they will shut down Zhang with the shockwave. Here comes Xiaoshu over the wall in a 1v3, looking to try to find the outplay, but Saber will lock him down and find an overload onto Jachi as well. Ezreal's forced to flash away. They are not quick on this play, so they're going to start up the Elder Dragon. Xiaoshu instead opting to cancel his reset and go for a potential 50-50. This is a good play. If you are RNG, you're already down so far behind. Zhang will dash forward. There comes the depth charge in onto Tangyuan. He's going to be in a lot of danger right now, but still is alive. Shockwave doesn't find anything. Pop Blossom comes through. Will it be enough? They're dashing forward, but Ultra Prime are controlling this team fight. Only Jachi lives, and it's not going to live for much longer. Wako will finish the job, and we are headed to a game number 3.
We had pretty strong suspicions just leaving the draft, but it's played out almost picture perfect for Ultra Prime. And what a kick from Junhao to round that was in a very successful Lee Sin performance. 11-3-13, and he is having a fantastic day, as a matter of fact. He'll cap off game number 2 here. 4 members strong. Take us to game number 3.
That KDA, 11-3-13 here for Junhao. As you said, fantastic day for him so far. But it'll be all for naught if Ultra Prime don't pull off the series win. They're going to
very, very difficult for RNG to play this out. And again, I feel like, Grapes, as we take a zoom out, RNG have this composition which has a bunch of nuance and takes a relatively...
very easily be this dragon going over, and because the bot lane for Ultra Prime is still on the bottom side, no contest for that Grub's available, and Jachi's able to come back up and catch this. I just assumed it was
actually win out on skirmishes once they're together. See, Saber's actually roamed up from this bottom side, now they're looking.
Oh, there's a flash engage with a handshake from Xiaoshu, combined with the Impale. That's first blood. Going over to Junhao and Ultra Prime. Don't want to contest.
Yeah, it's certainly a valid concern. It does put pressure, like you say, on Ultra Prime to be in a position to contest that third dragon. Infernal Soul is what we will end up with here. See how Ultra Prime look to navigate once that next dragon spawns up. Do you remember Infernal Rift, man? I miss it.
Oh, with all the map looking all different. Yeah. Now we just get the little stars in the ground, which is fun. It's like playing a little mini game, but not fully like things like that. No,
because we still get like some, right? Like
not much
changes some brushes, but not so much.
And we just saw net positive plays across the map, like they're trying to do here on the bottom side, and they have actually stacked up 4. Now 5 as Wako is running down here.
Yeah, I love this though. I mean, they are going to be losing a bit on the top side, but just opening up these side lane towers so that later on in the game, jump a little bit more freedom. Perhaps as a might even be able to.
It's been available, as RNG would love to pick this one up, but now without the ultimate on their mid laner, maybe it could be a little bit more difficult.
Big chunk of AoE damage gone with Tangyuan's ult down. He does have Malignance, so maybe this is danced around long enough for it to be back up. It's a third off cooldown already.
Rift Trail gets popped here by RNG as well as Ultra Prime get first dibs on the dragon, but now have to peel off a little bit just to make sure that the rest of their base doesn't crumble before their eyes. Milky Way going to try to go maybe for a steal, but is not there in time. The Maiden doing some good work up in that dragon pit as well as Ultra Prime get their first dragon of the game.
Ultra Prime aren't under any pressure anymore. That's my big takeaway. No third dragon for RNG.
That's big.
Tangyuan should get this tower, just because Saber's pathing was a little on the safer side. One will let the minions do the rest.
And that could be the signal for Ultra Prime to go for a fight.
Okay. Do they know they should? Yeah, no, they see Xiaoshu hitting stuff. Now they see it for certain.
I'm still bot, so looks like it might be a steal. If nothing else, it will just be the Otacon going over without a kill being given. And so that is the false revives now on everybody on RNG. It comes at the
Okay,
cost
if
that they
they-
aren't.
Yeah.
Zhang will just rip apart their base, which
Now,
is going to be stopped by Xiaoxu now.
4 versus 4. I think Ultra Prime win. I'm just going to be honest.
Pushing mid though. Ball comes out. It actually separates Tangyuan
It's
from the
just a
rest of the
50-50.
team. We're going to try to 50-50, and it gets secured by Ultra Prime.
Man.
They get an absolute robbery, and they're going to send it.
It does still give to Nessie.
Maybe that helped a little bit here.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Here's
Hey!
finally an engage. It comes out on a huge feather storm from Wako. Picks up the first 2 kills for Ultra Prime. Junao, he lands a huge ultimate as well onto Tangyuan, and this is the fight that Ultra Prime were looking for. Jachi is down, and only Xiaoxu is left alive. It finally is broken open, Jamada, and Xiaoxu can't do a damn thing. It's a clean ace for UP.
Grapes, we waited 27.5 minutes, and it's a 5-man ace. You can't make this up, man. Well, look, everyone at home, Grapes, you, as much as you try to type it, I warned you. I warned you what would happen.
Yeah. Which is going to help even more. I was going to mention that Jachi was pretty strong with his Felios. Do a lot of heavy lifting here with the red and white guns. We might get another fight. Breaking out. Joshua has to flash over the Dragon Pit wall to try and stay alive, and so does Saber to match soon. Tangyuan throws out the Between Worlds, but he's very underleveled at this point in the game. Saber has to go golden. He will go down. This will be the first kill for RNG, and it goes the way of Jachi. They will pick up this Dragon, but with the Baron buff, it's going to be Zhang pushing on the top side. Already has gotten that tier 2. Could look for a tier 3. The smite goes in favor of Milky Way, and now RNG have to run as Ultra Prime. They can now play the cancel the back game as the inhibitor will go down to the top lane.
Knock, knock. Yurik's at your door. Ooh, no, Maiden.
No!
Maiden, wait! No!
Okay, wait. Maybe I was wrong. Once you get the Sereldas, it seems like it works pretty well for Xiaoxu. So now Zhang actually doesn't have the ultimate, and now Jachi gets away from that initial engage, and that's a lot of cooldowns used by Ultra Prime. RNG now trying to go on the offensive a little bit. Tongwan goes between worlds. Milky Way looking for the engage in the cycle. Can't find it just yet. Gets stunned up here by the Unraveled Earth, and here comes a teleport in.
Oh my
Zhang,
god, he's
going towards the top side. Will it be for the end? Already a back being channeled here by Xiaoxu. He'll be making sure he's able to match, but the inhibitor will go down and potentially more. Here goes the big ultimate. Is 1 kill going towards RNG. The Dragon would be sold for them if they could pick it up. A Milky Way has to flash away. He's taken down very low. Junao is still huge on the front line as Wako is hitting onto Tangyuan. Still
it's ugly.
at the ready. Who's gonna get it? RNG secure the soul, but will it matter? Here comes Wako. A huge flash blade caller is gonna pick themselves up 4 kills. And in the mid lane, it is still Zhang pushing into the base, and Ultra Prime should be able to march it down mid.
Yep, I'd have a big fat smile on my face too, buddy. Got some waves to crash. Teleport's coming in from Saber on the bottom side. They'll end this game one way or another, I'm sure. The death time is 30 seconds long for the members that matter. Niket's up in 15, but between him and Xiaoxu, I don't think a 2 versus 5 is working. Maybe he gets Saber. Saber still has flash.
They're just going for the Nexus turret. That's all that matters at this point. It's 5 seconds on the catch. Xiaoxu already out of the fight. Ultra Prime, we waited and waited and waited, but they finally come alive here in game number 3. Take the series over RNG.
Come alive is a strong word, Grapes. I appreciate your
It rolled out of